So let me just change my name and then we can start. Rename. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all for joining our weekly Sravanam Saturdays program. Today we're going to be singing this wonderful bhajan by His Divine Grace, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Let me just share my screen and we can start our program. Okay, so today's song is Shuddha Bhakata Charane Renu. We usually sing this on every Ekadasi. This is standard laid out by our acharyas. So the official name is Bhakti Anukul Matra Karyera Svikar Song 3 by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. The book name is Sharanagati. The language is Bengali. Ramesh Prabhu, Appa, so what does this Bhakti Anukul Matra Karyera Svikar mean? Ramesh Prabhu, are you there?
Yeah. What is this? Bhakti Anukula Matra Karero Svikar.
What does this mean?
Yeah, it's, I think, Anukul means favorable for devotional service. Matra is again the devotional, that level, probably level, and Koryera means in Bengali Carana and Hindi Carana is the same thing. Koryera. Svikar means acceptance. So.
Oh, favorable. Okay, very nice.
Yep.
So we'll sing that. Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhakti Janani Chetane Palana Gori Madhavati Bhakti Janani Chetane Palana Gori Krishna Basati Basati Boni Paramadare Basati Boli Parama Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Gaura Marje Savastane Gorolo Brahmana Range Gaura Mara Je Sabhastane Goralo Brahmana Range Se Sabhastane Herivoami Pranai Bhakata Sange Se Sabhastana Herivoami Pranaya Bhakata Sange Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Mridanga Padya Shunite Mana Abasara Sada Jaje Mridanga Padya Shunite Mana Abasara Sada Jaje Gaura Vihita Kirtana Shuni Ananda Hridayana Aje Gaura Vihita Kirtana Shuni Ananda Hridayana Aje Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Jugala Murti Dekhiya Mora Parama Ananda Hoya Jugala Murti Dekhiya Mora Parama Ananda Hoya Prasada Seva Korite Hoy Shakala Prapancha Jaya Prasada Seva Korite Hoy Shakala Prapancha Jaya Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajananukula Jagdina Grihe Bhajan Degi Grihete Goloka Bhaya Jedina Grihe Bhajan Degi Grihete Goloka Bhaya Charana Sidho Dekhiye Ganga Sukha Samiya Paya Charana Sidho Dekhiya Ganga Sukha Nasasima Paya Tulasi Dekhi Juraya Prana Madhava Dosha sevane jivana sartakamani bhakati vinodha Krishna bhajane anukula paya bhakati vinoda Krishna bhajane anukula paya prati divase paramana sukhe svikara koroyata prati divase parama sukhe svikara koroyata Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajan Ranugula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajan Ranugula Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Ekadasi Tithi Maha Mahotsav ki jai Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll just take turns reading the translation of this beautiful song. So I'll read the first one. The number one, the dust of the lotus feet of pure devotees, ecstatic, enthusiastic devotional service and service to the pure devotees of the highest order are the roots of the creeper of devotion. Number two, anybody?
The holy days, like Ekadashi and Janmashtami, are the mother of devotion for those devotees who respect them. Let the holy places of Krishna's pastimes be my place of worship and bless me.
Number three?
Hari, I can go. May I always visit all the holy places associated with the Leela of Lord Chaitanya and his devotees.
Number four, anybody? When I hear the sound of the mridanga in my heart, I always desire to join in kirtan. And when I hear the bona fide songs describing Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, my heart dances in ecstasy. Number five, anyone?
Whenever I see the transcendental Sri Vigrahas of Radha Krishna, I am in bliss, for by taking their lordships, Prasad, we can conquer over the material elements.
And today's Ekadasi Prasadam. Six, anyone?
One day while performing devotional practices, I saw my house transformed into Goloka Vrindavana. When I take the Charanamrita of the deity, I see the holy Ganges waters that come from the feet of Lord Vishnu, and my bliss knows no bounds.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Number seven.
By seeing the Tulsi tree in my heart feels joy, and Lord Madhava, Krishna, is also satisfied. When I eat the prasada favored by Lord Chaitanya, it is a new life's experience. Lord Chaitanya was very fond of a green vegetable preparation called shak, and there is another song in this book that tells of the amazing effects of this type of prasada.
Yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written those songs of Sarira Vidyajal Jodindriya Taikal. There's one more about just sak, so that's what he's referring to. Number eight. Anyone? Number eight? Okay. I can take that one. Bhakti Vinod concludes by saying, whosoever attains the stage of enthusiasm for these devotional practices will be supremely blissful wherever he may be. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. It's such a beautiful song to sing on this Ekadasi. So we started a little late, so we will skip the discussion for this week on for the song, but we'll just go to the next part of our program, which is the Śrimad Bhagavatam class. So we'll be the topics discussed this week will be Canto 1, Chapter 3, text 39 through 44, and it will be served by His Grace Swarup Krishna Prabhu, who is speaking to us on the Zoom room all the way from Newtown, Kolkata, India. So Prabhu has been practicing Krishna consciousness for more than 20 years, and he has been a steady Bhakti Vriksha leader. Bhakti Vriksha is like a home program leader. He hosts devotees and various programs at his house to have kirtan and katha at his house for more than 20 years. So Prabhu has been steadily going on in devotional service for that long, and Kolkata is very close to the holy place of Mayapur. He also goes to Mayapur as well. So and also Prabhu is the father of our dear Shrestha Mataji and the father-in-law of our dear Alec Prabhu, and they're great inspirations in their life. So Prabhu will speak from Prabhu has a hard stop at 9 a.m. Which is 7:30 his time. So we will continue there. Thank you everybody for we'll stop there. So thank you everybody for joining. I see a lot of people here, and Prabhu, you can take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swavadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vanchakalpataruvescha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagate Gopesho Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namostute Bhakta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakt Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukam karoti vachalam bangam langayati grim. Yat kripa tamam vande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I have been entrusted with a few verses from Śrimad Bhagavatam, and they are mind-blowing verses. And Canto 1, Chapter 3, verse 40 to 44. So that's quite a lot of verses, but those verses have a huge amount of included in them. So I will do a screen share, and I'll see whether it's possible from my end. Hopefully it is. Am I able to share, do justice? I don't know.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So nice. So what I will do, I will try to, hopefully things are clear out here. Canto 1, chapter 3, verse 42, 44. Before I start with Śrimad Bhagavatam, let me do the prayers. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraet. Prinvatam swakatha Krishna punya sravana kirtanaha hridiyantastho hi abhadrani vidunoti suhrit satam nashta prayashva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhakti bhavati naishtiki. Srila Prabhupada has done something wondrous for us. He has organized this hearing of Śrimad Bhagavatam on a daily basis in all our temples across the world. So this is a secret process, and Bhagavatam himself eulogizes this particular process of regularly attending classes on Bhagavatam and rendering service to pure devotees. And why is this so? It is so because, see, Bhagavatam talks about this very, very dangerous yuga that we are in. Payusha sabhya tavasmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi upadhruta. This is Kali Yuga. This Kali Yuga, there's so much of disturbance around. The duration of life is so small. With this sort of a situation, we need something which will be able to take us out of this rut. So what few, rather not few, whole lot of sages, they gathered in Naimisaranya, 88,000 to be precise. They gathered in Naimisaranya and they are asking Suta Goswami. Suta Goswami is the one who actually heard Śrimad Bhagavatam when Shukdev Goswami was relating the same to Parikshit Maharaj. And they asked 6 questions, important questions. First question is, what will be the ultimate good for humanity in such sort of a yuga, yuga? And from the Bhagavatam or from the scriptures includes the Vedas, scriptures includes the Puranas, Itihasas like Ramayana and Mahabharata. Even Ramayana, by the way, was written by Vyasadeva. Why? Because Ramayana all these days was Shruti. People used to only hear and remember Ramayana. But for people like Kali Yuga, we do not know, we are unable to remember few slokas also. So for us, the entire, all the Vedic literature was provided to us in written form. And but that has become a volume. From that volume, this sages are asking for the essence, so that people of Kali Yuga will be able to understand. Then there are some questions related to Krishna himself that they are asking. They have asked. One is, what is the purpose of Krishna's appearance? Then they asked about Purushavatars, the different avatars, Purushavatars, Lila avatars. And finally, they asked a question which is very relevant for our discussion today. Question is, now that Krishna has left this earthly planet, with whom has he entrusted dharma or the religious principles with? So we move directly into these slokas. Canto 1, chapter 3, verse 40. Gam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Sloka Charitam Akara Bhagavan Rishi Nisreya Saya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasti Ayanam Mahat. Extremely powerful verse. I'll recite it again. And I'll recite it slightly slowly so that everybody will be also will be able to follow. Dam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Uttama Sloka Charitam Akara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Anyam Swasti Ayanam Mahat. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thus, this Śrimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God. See the answer to the question, sixth question of the sages. And it is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. So many very, very important phrases have been used in this verse. Brahma Sammitam, incarnation of Lord Krishna. Which is the incarnation? Śrimad Bhagavatam. Uttama Sloka. Krishna is also called Uttama Sloka because Śrimad Bhagavatam is Uttama. Uttama Sloka. All the verses are Uttama. They pertain to Lord Sri Krishna. Purushottama. Uttama Sloka Taritam. See, what is the meaning of Taritam? Activities, pastimes. Nectar of Instruction says Lord's name, Lord's form, Lord's qualities, and Lord's pastimes. They are all equal. Yeah? Okay. Even Lord's words. Bhagavad Gita is Lord's words, even they are equal. Then you see the word Akara Bhagavan Rishi. Bhagavan Rishi refers to Vyasadeva, compiled by Srila Vyasadeva. We know who is Vyasadeva. You know what? Every Dwapar Yuga, each of these 4 Yuga periods, every Dwapar Yuga, there is one person who is given this role of Vyasa. And this specific Chatur Yuga is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Actually, this is a very unique combination of 4 yugas. Normal combination is Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga. Treta is third Yuga, and then Kali Yuga. That is a normal combination. But whatever be it, every Dwapar Yuga there is a Vyasa. This Dwapar Yuga also there is a Vyasa, but this Dwapar Yuga there is a special Vyasa. Why special? Because Lord Krishna is supposed to be appearing. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also supposed to be appearing. Lord Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, if special Vyasa, Saktavesh Avatar, Dvaipayan Krishna doesn't appear, then how will he be able to relate to the pastimes of Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Which is the reason why this is a specially empowered Vyasa. And we have got Bhagavatam because of him. Obviously, there is Narad Muni also comes in the picture and all that. That is a element. Later on, Narad Muni is the spiritual master of Vyasa, and Narad Muni inspires Vyasa to write about Purushottama. So he writes this Uttama Sloka. The reading report of Srila Prabhupada is very, very auspicious. Because Srila Prabhupada, we will discuss this in the course of our session. Who is Srila Prabhupada? Then you will understand why should you appreciate his reports. I will read it. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared that Śrimad Bhagavatam is the spotless sound representation of all Vedic knowledge and history. There are selected histories of great devotees who are in direct contact with the personality of Godhead. Śrimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of Lord Sri Krishna and is therefore non-different from him. Śrimad Bhagavatam should be worshipped as respectfully as we worship the Lord. Thereby, we can derive the ultimate blessings of the Lord through its careful and patient study, as God in all light, all bliss, all perfection, so also is Śrimad Bhagavatam. Śrimad Bhagavatam should be kept very neatly, very nicely in any home where Śrimad Bhagavatam is available, because Śrimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. We can have all the transcendental light of the Supreme Brahman Sri Krishna from the recitation of Śrimad Bhagavatam, provided it is received through the medium of the transparent spiritual master. Extremely important point. Lord Chaitanya's private secretary, Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, advised all intending visitors who came to see the Lord at Puri to make a study of the Bhagavatam from the person Bhagavatam. Person Bhagavatam is the self-realized bona fide spiritual master, and through him only can one understand the lessons of Bhagavatam in order to receive the desired result. One can derive from the study of the Bhagavatam all benefits that are possible to be derived from the personal presence of the Lord. It carries with it all the transcendental blessings of Lord Sri Krishna that we can expect from his personal contact. Imagine Srila Prabhupada writing this report in Radha Damodar temple, Mandir, in Vrindavan, because first canto he completed and then he moved to the US. So all this has come out from his writing instrument, but he has always been mentioning that he was just a medium. Someone else was writing the Bhagavatam purports, and he was using him as the medium. Such a powerful purport. We'll directly go to the next verse. Adidam grahayam asa sutam atmavatam varam sarva vedeti hasanam saram samudritam. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sri Vyasadeva delivered it to his son, who is the most respected among the self-realized, after extracting the cream of all Vedic literatures and histories of the universe. So we see a picture out here in the slide where we see Sukadeva Goswami, and he has come over to a place next to the Ganges, where Parikshit Maharaj has been asking all the sages what should he do at the end of his life, because he has only 7 days to live, and he needs to know what should be the most intelligent thing to do. There is an analogy which Srila Prabhupada has placed in front of us in the purport. I'm not reading the purport, but the analogy is of milk, nourishing milk. And Vedic literature is like the most nourishing milk, while Śrimad Bhagavatam is like cream or butter, which is the most palatable essence of milk. However, important point is, I do not know whether you are able to see or not. Obviously, like if it is, you have to shorten the thumbnail a bit. Then you can see. One second. You can see hearing Bhagavatam from non-Vaishnava is like milk present by touch of snake. This is, all these are pointed out by Srila Prabhupada. While see, every time we read or we are addressed in our Vedic literature as well as in our in the preaching movement, because we get preached and we are also supposed to be engaged in preaching, we see that there are two entities. One is a Nivritti entity, one is a Pravritti entity. Nivritti is all the negatives which have to be avoided, and Pravritti is all the favorables which have to be, which are positives and have to be, which are favorable to devotional service to Krishna and which have to be adopted. So this is one Nivritti. But what is the Pravritti? Pravritti is Sukadeva Goswami. So there is a sloka in Bhagavatam only eulogizing Sukadeva Goswami. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam Sukamukhadamrita drava samyutam Vata Bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Śrimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukdev Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. Do you know Sukdev Goswami heard Bhagavatam 4 times? One time he heard from Lord Shiva. And if you see the picture shows that when Lord Shiva found out that Sukdev Goswami was hearing the Bhagavatam, then he ran after Sukdev Goswami to kill the bird. So it was a bird actually. It's Suka bird, parrot bird. Then the parrot bird entered into the mouth of Vyasadeva's wife, where he stayed for 16 years. When Vyasadeva had to call Krishna to make Sukdev Goswami come out of the womb, and the moment he came out of the womb, he started walking. He left the place, and you know how, I mean, when one comes out of the womb of a mother, one is not wearing clothes, so he's just walking. There were some ladies from the heavenly planets who were taking bath. They were not perturbed by seeing Sukdev Goswami in this form. But his father Vyasadeva, he was after Sukdev Goswami. He wanted to catch Sukdev Goswami so that he could bring him back home. But all the ladies, they covered themselves when Vyasadeva came over to the place. Vyasadeva asked, "What happened? Why did you cover yourselves when I am there? But when my son Sukdev, he passed by, you never bothered." Then they said, "Sukdev, he is a person who doesn't differentiate between male and female. So we were not bothered when he was there. But you are a grihastha and you differentiate, so we are bothered." So we have to know who is this Sukdev Goswami, from whose mouth this gem of a literature called Śrimad Bhagavatam has emanated. See this word out there. If you notice, Nigama Kalpataror. Kalpataror means wish-fulfilling tree. This word has been used in several contexts. Example, in Brahma Samhita, verse 29, chapter 5. Indamani prakara sadmasu kalpa vriksha. Kalpa vriksha word has come out. And kalpa vriksha here, Brahma Samhita is basically pointing out at the Sabda Bhagavat. Sabda Bhagavat means Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, which is actually relating stories of Govinda, the primeval Lord. First progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. Important point. Please note this point about Gopis. We will discuss this later. Then there is another Kalpa Vriksha. Vancha Kalpa Taruvescha Kripa Sindhuve Evacha Titanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha. So I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Here we see, I was talking about Sukdev Goswami having heard Bhagavatam from 4 sources. First I said Lord Shiva. Second source, he heard from Agastya Muni. Then he also heard from Narad Muni. And there was another time he heard from his father, Vyasadeva. So there were 4 times he has heard. But this Śrimad Bhagavatam has been recited by so many others. By Sheshnaga. Sheshnaga is continuously singing Śrimad Bhagavatam. You know what? We have Śrimad Bhagavatam, which is just 18,000 verses. But the original Śrimad Bhagavatam is 1 crore verses. And that original Śrimad Bhagavatam is lying in a library in heavenly planets. And Vyasadeva has just extracted some of the stories from there and presented it in the form of Śrimad Bhagavatam. 12 cantos. Yeah. So that we are able to not only in 9 cantos purify ourselves, so that we are able to enter into the 10th canto, which is the real essence of the entire Bhagavatam. And 10th canto has so nicely, so lucidly been presented by Srila Prabhupada in the form of his Lila Krishna book. Because Srila Prabhupada understood he would not be able to complete Śrimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto. So most probably 13th canto and little bit of 14th canto. No, sorry, 13th verse, 13th chapter and 14th, little bit of 14th chapter of 10th canto that he could complete. After that, his disciples finished this volume. Sukadeva Goswami. This is something which is very, very important. Who is Sukadeva Goswami? Actually, he is the Suka of the parrot, the Suka of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani used to send messages, and Suka used to carry the messages to Krishna. And Krishna used to love Suka, because he used to bring messages from Srimati Radharani. And Krishna would also send messages to Srimati Radharani. That's the Sukadeva Goswami. When Srimati Radharani had decided to disappear from this, rather unmanifest herself, not disappear. She's still there. Unmanifest herself. Then Sukadeva Goswami, Suka approached the master, Srimati Radharani, and said, "What will happen to me?" Srimati Radharani said, "No, you'll have to stay, because you have a very, very big task to do." What is the task? You have to relate Śrimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. That was basically like something which was there in the heart of Srimati Radharani, because she is the most compassionate. She wants to take care of all the souls that are born in Kali Yuga. And she said, Suka started crying and said, "Then what will happen to me? Kali Yuga is a very, very bad period." Srimati Radharani said, "You stay wherever Śrimad Bhagavatam is being recited," which is the reason why he went to Kailasha, where Lord Shiva was speaking or reciting Śrimad Bhagavatam to Parvati Devi. So he is that Suka. He is that Sukadeva Goswami. And from there, so whatever, for example, we know, we would have heard so many times that Sukadeva Goswami never uttered the word Srimati Radharani in this entire Bhagavatam. So if we have to know about Srimati Radharani, we have to go to Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat rather than Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, it is just mentioned as the best gopi and the most important gopi, something like that. And maybe there is one particular sloka which hints about Srimati Radharani, Aradhita, something like that. Otherwise, there is nothing about, because Sukadeva Goswami was directly, that is the reason why Sukadeva Goswami understands this essence of Vrindavan Lila so deeply. And he also understands Chaitanya Lila, because in 11th chapter, 11th canto, chapter 5, verse 32, he has talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parsadam Yabjaya Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Hi Su Medasaha. Hare Sukadeva Goswami ki jai. And what is so important about Bhagavatam? See, whatever we want to know about devotional service, we come to know from Bhagavatam. If you go through nectar of instruction of Rupa Goswami, you will understand that from the very beginning stage of Shraddha to the stage of Prema, it will become very clear that it's all coming out because of Bhagavatam. Nectar of devotion, Rupa Goswami has left, right and center. He has quoted Bhagavatam, and he has revealed us all the important points of Bhagavatam, from Shraddha to Sadhu Sangha, importance of Sadhu Sangha. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Bhajana kriya, the 9 processes of devotional service, hearing, chanting, remembering Krishna, everything comes from Bhagavatam. When Prahlad Maharaj relates the 9 processes, and then we come to know how to be engaged in devotional service in practice, which is called sadhana bhakti. In the process of sadhana bhakti, if we do not know, if we don't progress, what is called ragatmika bhakti. See, ragatmika bhakti is something which is not meant for us. Ragatmika bhakti is found in people of Braja. That is the gopis, Nanda and Yashoda, cowherd boys and servants. And we are able to at best progress to Raganuga bhakti. Raganuga bhakti is also a type of a sadhana bhakti where one follows the moods and actions of the devotees who are in Ragatmika bhakti. How do we know all this? Bhagavatam is not there. How do we know all this? If devotees are not there, who knows Bhagavatam? Who is able to extract the gems from Bhagavatam? The concept of Ragatmika bhakti and Raganuga bhakti. This concept has been discussed in Chaitanya Charitamrita very, very deeply. Then we proceed. See, in the course of time, we have all these anarthas. Anarthas can be of different varieties. Anarthas can be because of sinful acts. Anarthas can be because of pious acts. Anarthas can be because of imperfectly performing bhakti. Anarthas can be because of past offenses. When most of the anarthas vanish by engaging in devotional service, by mercy of devotees, pure devotees, spiritual master, then we attain levels called bhava bhakti or devotional service in pure goodness or Suddha sattva. And finally, this is a stage where we are able to knock the door of Krishna's abode, and we can get the attention of Krishna, and finally we attain the level of prema bhakti. If we do not have Bhagavatam, if we do not have the both Sabda Bhagavat as well as the Dasan Bhagavats, we will not be able to understand all this. We would remain in this Kali Yuga and continue to be in the rut that we have been facing all these years. Hare Krishna. Moving on to the next verse, verse 42. Tatu samsravayam asa maharajam prikshitam prayopavishtam gangayam pritam paramarshibhi. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sukdev Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, in his turn delivered the Bhagavatam to the great emperor Parikshit, who sat surrounded by sages on the bank of the Ganges, awaiting death without taking food or drink. Imagine, no food, no drink for 7 days. Sukdev Goswami had been asking Parikshit, is it okay? Can I take a recess? Not Sukdev Goswami doesn't want a recess, but whether the king wanted a recess, Parikshit Maharaj said, no, I don't want a recess. You know why the word Parikshit, why the name Parikshit was given to him? See, when Parikshit was in the womb of his mother Uttama, wife of Abhimanyu, and after the battle of Kurukshetra, and Uttama had led the Brahmastra go to destroy the womb of Uttara, and Krishna, he had to take charge. He entered the womb of Uttara, and with Sudarshana had to block the power of Brahmastra and destroy the Brahmastra. in the course of, because of the Brahmastra, obviously, Parikshit Maharaj got some burnt, I mean, his body got burnt, and Krishna had to give him a new body. But Parikshit Maharaj had seen Krishna out there in the womb of his mother. When he came out, and when he took birth on this earth, then he was always on the lookout for somebody who would look like the person whom he had seen in the womb. And later on, obviously, he came to know that he is Krishna, whom he had seen in the womb. He was always wanting to search for Krishna, which is the reason why this Parikshit word name got attached. Parikshit is related to Diksha. Diksha means to examine. Parikshit Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Next verse, 43. Krishne swadhamopagate dharma jnanadibhi saha lau nashta drishama esa pranarko adhunoditaha. What a verse. This Bhagavat Puran is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. The answer given by Suta Goswami. The entire first canto, Sukdev Goswami doesn't utter a single word. It's just like entire chapter 1 of Śrimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna doesn't utter a word. Similarly, Sukdev Goswami doesn't say anything. Suta Goswami who is saying, who is from his memory, he is relating whatever he has heard from Sukdev Goswami to the sages. And he is talking about this Bhagavad Puran as brilliant as the sun. Yeah, we can go to the next verse actually. Then we will discuss. Kirtayato vipra viprarser bhuri tejasah aham chadhya gamam nivishtas tad anugrahat soham vah sravayashyami yathadhitam yathamati. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. O learned Brahmanas, when Sukdev Goswami recited Bhagavatam there in the presence of Emperor Parikshit, I heard him with rapt attention, and thus by his mercy I learned the Bhagavatam from that great and powerful sage. Now I shall try to make you hear the very same thing as I learned it from him and as I have realized it. Point regarding parampara comes in the picture. Sampradaya. Sukdev Goswami heard from his father, Vyasadeva. Suta Goswami heard from Sukdev Goswami. The sages of Naimisaranya is hearing from Suta Goswami. And maybe in the course of time, we have also heard the Bhagavatam based on the parampara that has been spelt out in Bhagavatam. We have our parampara, this Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, this parampara. It's a glorious parampara. It's something which requires to be noticed, and really, entrenched in the heart. Parampara you can understand from this particular slide. Do not miss this slide. If anyone wants to note this, you can note. But if somebody wants me to send this, I will be able to send this. But if there is a recording, you will anyway be getting it. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has been saying all along, throughout his writings, it is because of the special mercy of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that he has been able to has been able to initiate the fulfillment of the prediction of Lord Chaitanya. পৃথিবীতে আছে যত নগরাদি গ্রাম সর্বত্র প্রচার হইবে মোর নাম, means everywhere then the holy name of Lord Krishna will be recited across the world in all towns and villages. Why? Because Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is a manjari. You know, if at all anyone has seen the deities of Mayapur, maybe there are some deities in across the world also, but Radha Madhav Ashta Shakhis are basically age mates of Srimati Radharani. They are friends of Srimati Radharani. They are very, very close to Srimati Radharani, and they participate in the conjugal love between Krishna and Radharani. For example, they decorate Radharani so that she is presentable to Krishna and all that they do, and they see to it that Radharani, they take care of Radharani's mood. If Radharani is not in a particular mood, then they enter into negotiation with Krishna's friends. Who are Krishna's friends? Friends like Subal, Sridham, Sudam, all of them are friends of Krishna, and they negotiate so that the meetings can take place in the like whatever, in the most congenial mood. Oh, but there are manjaris. You know who are the manjaris? Manjaris are the ones who are actually younger than the sakhis, and they are servants of the sakhis, and they do the course. For example, when Krishna, Radha Krishna, they are together, the sakhis do not enter inside the kunja, but these manjaris, they are younger, so they can enter because they are younger, so Radharani is not too put out when they are there. So who are they? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is Nayan Manjari. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is Guna Manjari. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is Kamala Manjari. Mentioned in quite a lot of literatures. Jagannath Das Babaji is Rasika Manjari. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is Vinod Manjari. Narottam Das Thakur Chamak Manjari. Loknath Goswami Manjulali Manjari. Krishnadas Kaviraj Kasturi Manjari. Gopal, now the 6 Goswamis. Out of the 6 Goswamis, Rupa Goswami is the most prominent. You know who is Rupa Goswami? Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. And Rupa Manjari is the first Manjari of Srimati Radharani. Jiva Goswami, Vilas Manjari. Sanatan Goswami, Labanga Manjari. Raghunath Das Goswami, Rati Manjari. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Raga Manjari. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Ananga Manjari. Imagine what is our disciplic succession. Our disciplic succession is Nitya, and it's called there are few people who are Nitya Mukta and few people who are Nitya Baddha. We are Nitya Baddha. Nitya Baddha means we are forever conditioned. Nitya Mukta means who are forever liberated. So they are forever liberated. So the association we are getting is from them. All the literatures we are getting is from them. Manjaris. And whatever we are hearing, we are reading in Bhagavatam, Canto 10. These Manjaris are there. Where they are, we do not know. I mean, the pure devotees, they know. And a Manjari obviously will know. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur being a Manjari will know, na? Rupa Goswami as Rupa Manjari will know, na? All of them will know. Now we'll have to know who is Srila Prabhupada. There are few who say that he is also a Manjari. There are few people who say that he is one of the Sakhas, like Subal Sakha, Madhumangal Sakha, Sridham, that variety, who's the closest Sakhas. I'll give you a reason. I heard it from Agnidev Prabhu, who is a very, very senior devotee who sings so well. He related to me there is one story I will say, and then I'll come to Agnidev Prabhu. The story goes like this. A pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Once he was looking at a picture of cowherd boys. There were cows and cowherd boys, and he was gazing at that picture. Suddenly he told his servant, "Will you like to be there with Krishna Balaram out there? I can take you there." Something like that, he said. Then he said there is one poem he has. When he was going to the US, he penned down a poem. The poem goes like this, and it has been sung by Agnidev Prabhu. You can go to the YouTube, or I can give you the link later on. Krishna tava punna have bhai means sorry. Srila Prabhupada is saying, Krishna, you will be purified. He is telling Krishna that you will be purified. Krishna tava punna have bhai, e punna koribe jabe, Radharani khushi habe, Dhruvoti boli tomatai. Means if Srimati Radharani is happy, then it will be auspicious for you. That is what Srila Prabhupada is saying. Then he is also relating like this. Tumi mor chirosathi, bhuliya mayar lathi, khaiyachi janmo janmantare, aji puno e sujog, jodi hoy jogajog, tobe parit tuhe mal milibare. Means I have been thrown into this illusory world of material world, and I am like, it is like the waves, cycle of birth and death. Then when will that opportunity come so that I can again meet you? Mar milone bhai abar she sukh pai vacharone ghuri dino bhar to bone chota choti bone khai luta luti sei din gobe hobe mor. Means when I meet you, bhai, he's saying bhai means brother. Brother Krishna is like brother of Srila Prabhupada. Can you imagine? Then he's saying that when we go out to the fields for grazing the cows, throughout the day, we run around, and then in the forest we roll on the ground. When will that day come again? This is what Srila Prabhupada is writing, which is the reason why we are supposed to be Srila Prabhupada Nuga. It's like Rupa Nuga. Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we are all Rupa Nuga. We should be, along with Rupa Nuga, we should be Srila Prabhupada Nuga. Nuga means follower. We will be able to make our life successful if we do that. Hare Krishna. Śrimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
I will do one thing. I will have to come out of this. How do I come out of the?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the wonderful Śrimad Bhagavatam class. So now we have 9 minutes till your cutoff, Prabhu. So would anybody like to ask a question or have a comment for Prabhu? And you can also you can write it in the text as well if you have any questions or comments.
I see there's a question in the chat.
There's a question in the chat. Let's see.
Sheshtam is asking.
Sheshtamaji asks, when did Vyasadeva write the Śrimad Bhagavatam? Right after Krishna left for his spiritual world, for this world? Sheshta, you want to clarify?
When did he write?
Yeah, like when did Vyasadeva write the Śrimad Bhagavatam? Right after Krishna left this world for his abode?
1 second.
Because it says that
Are you able to see me? I do not know.
Yeah, we're able to see you. We're able to see you.
Oh, okay. Because I thought was in share mode.
Because the verse says
See,
that the Bhagavata arose.
The verse says Bhagavatam rose when Krishna left, because Parikshit Maharaj was an entity later on, and then Sukdev Goswami related Bhagavatam to him. But we also know that Sukdev Goswami heard Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva appeared the Saktaves avatar in Dwapar Yuga, but it was only at the end of Dwapar Yuga, fag end of Dwapar Yuga, that Krishna did his lila. Because 125 years Krishna was doing his manifest pastimes, and the day he left, Kali Yuga began. So that last 125 years, that doesn't mean Vyasadeva was there only for those 125 years. He was there for a much longer period, where he had written all his Vedas and the 17 Puranas and Mahabharats, everything he had written much earlier, and he had also finished his Bhagavatam much earlier. Because Narad Muni would have told him, you write Bhagavatam. He had written Bhagavatam. See, who is he? Literary incarnation. So he knows everything about Krishna. And it's not that Krishna's pastimes are pastimes of only on this planetary earth and only this period. Every day of Brahma, these type of pastimes are happening. And every Brahman, these type of pastimes are happening. There also it's happening every day of the Brahma there. So the pastimes are happening. So all these pastimes are there. Moreover, all these pastimes are already there in a library in heavenly planets. So for Vyasadeva, it is a question of extracting stories. Okay, Dhruva Maharaj story I want to put in chapter whatever. Prahlad Maharaj story in chapter 7, like that. Deshnag is unable to complete Bhagavatam, reciting all the glorification of Krishna. Why? Because there is no end to Bhagavatam. The number of stories are much more than what we have.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Swarup.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you. Very nice to see. Always remember, when I remember your enthusiasm. So nice. Very nice. Thank you. So yeah. So this question been asked by many devotees in the past, and we hear different answers. But actually, it has been explained in Jiva Goswami in Sandarbhas, and also Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his Bhagavatam commentary. It is clearly mentioned. So what happened is, as Prabhu rightly says, this is the Shruti before. I mean, it was already there. Everybody knows. But first time it was penned down. But question is, when it was penned down, when did he write in the book? So what happened? Actually, Bhagavatam says that it is after Krishna left, or just before. That is the time when Krishna left. It came as in the form of a Bhagavatam, little incarnation, is a book. But what happened in the past? Technically, this is what I explained in by Vishwanath Thakur. So when Kali Yuga started, about to start, with Vedas compiled all the things. Mahabharata. First is one Veda into many Vedas. Upanishads, Upavedas, Samhitas. You name it, everything he wrote it, including Bhagavatam. He also wrote Bhagavatam before, but he was not happy. When spiritual masters, Narada came, then he explained, that is also mentioned in Bhagavatam, I was not happy because you wrote, but he did not emphasize Bhakti. So he went back. So one of the name of Vedas is to edit or editor. The Bhagavatam actually he edited 4 times. The final version, what you see. First is initial draft version, you can say. So he went back and then he compiled, he edited again, not use the word compiled, edited again, emphasized Bhagavatam, then what that he thought it as a final. Then after that, that's what he taught his son. When his son Sukadeva Maharaj was speaking this Bhagavatam taught by his father to all the sages in the bank of Ganges to Parishit Maharaj. Vedavyasa also sat there. He also heard it. Okay. After that one other person who was also sitting there is a Suta Goswami. When Suta Goswami went back to Naimisaranya, when he was asked what happened, he narrated again. There, sages headed by Saunak Rishi, and that assembly, Vedavyas also sitting there. So Vedavyas was sitting that assembly also. When everything is over, then when Krishna was leaving, then he came back and edited again, as if what he heard from Suta Goswami, Bank of Ganges, Sukadeva Goswami from Bank of Ganges, and what he heard, a conversation from Suta Goswami and Saunak Rishi, he also wrote it. That's reason in the first canto, he captured the conversation, what happened between these two. He also captured the question and answers from Suta Goswami and Saunak Rishi. So actual Bhagavatam starts, what he gave to his son is only later on. First is all the questions. He was explaining everything in the book form, entire thing. So in other words, to conclude, it is very clear, because I was also not sure what happened, who wrote this, because the questions within the question, the story within the question. So how do we know what has happened in the past? Because that hardly happened, what's going to happen in the future. You with me? So like that, when Krishna was left this officially from Kali Yuga, then Bhagavatam came as a son. That Bhagavatam version has all the things in the past. Initial version, edited version, and the conversation between Sukadeva Maharaj and Parishit, and conversation between Suta Goswami and Saunak Rishi. So that's how the Bhagavatam came in a book form.
Hey, so nice.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Will I be able to leave now? I have another class.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
It is 8:59. We will.
No, Prabhu, we just started the Bhagavatam class, Prabhu. You cannot leave.
Yes, we will conclude here. We'll stick around for a little bit longer, but Swarup Krishna Prabhu has to leave. So we'd just like to thank Prabhu for coming and serving the class. Hare Krishna.
If there are questions and they can be sent across to me based on whatever my presentation that could be sent to me, then I could answer them later.
Maybe you can send like a voice message. If you want anybody, they can put their questions in the chat box or comments or discussion in their chat box, and I can forward it to Prabhu, and then he can send you a personal voice message if that.
Prabhu, please share the presentation.
Yes.
Sure, will do.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpataru vescha kripa sindhuvya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Swarup Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
Yeah.
Everybody can unmute, say big Haribol.
Haribol.
Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
So much.
Does anybody else have any other discussion on these topics?
Yes, Prabhu. I had a question. Maybe I can share, and anyone of you can answer. I was just curious. The presentation was put so beautifully, and one slide that really was so powerful is that all the Guru Parampara, and it shows how glorious our parampara is. How powerful. So that was really interesting, and we had a discussion earlier in our different reading group, and so I was curious. So is that something is also there in other paramparas? Also, like other paramparas also have those nitya siddhas or nitya muktas. They come and establish their parampara and keep it bona fide at the same time. And also, I think, Swarup Krishna Prabhu mentioned that these manjaris, how they are mentioned, they are also there in our scriptures. It's coming from the scriptures. So is there any future, Nitya Siddhas coming up that we aware of in our time at least? So those were the two questions or thoughts I was having. If anyone wanna share, otherwise I'll just ask Swarup Krishna Prabhu offline.
Naveen Krishna Prabhu. You gotta have a button that's like if we don't know a question, we just have a button that says Naveen Krishna Prabhu.
It's a nice question. It is clearly mentioned. Yes, I don't know much about Rudra Sampradaya and as well as from Kumar Sampradaya because they don't much exist. Or if even though it exists, it's not very popular. But Sri Sampradaya, definitely there is a wonderful lineage. There's so many Mahapurna, Kanchi Purna, you name it, Purna, Andhra Purna, and then Ramanujacharya followers, as well as his predecessor Jumanacharya. There's so many people in the past. It is there, and if you read Sri Sampradaya, there's so many great acharyas. They're there, including alvars. There's so many alvars, there's so many alvars are there. They preserve that teachings of pure Vedic doctrines and pass it over. One of the desire of Ramanujacharya is his predecessor, which is son of, his name is Parashar. So whose name after Kuresh. Kuresh is his disciple. His son is actually Parasar, who carried the next step forward. Like that, there are so many people there. That's the first question. Second question, yes, what happened during the pastimes of Rupa Goswami? It is not revealed to others that he was Rupa Mandira. It is revealed after he left to preserve. Otherwise, it's the same thing. If Shodamai knows Krishna as a god, how does the relationship? Right? The same thing. All these people, even seventh Goswami is Bhakti. It is revealed after to further down what happened in the past. Hey, this person. So now you could be one of the acharyas in the future. Maybe Hari Prabhu. We don't know, because what is now we have no idea. But down the line, it is revealed by Krishna to others in the past. Hey, there is some time in the past in Columbus there was acharya. There's a person like Prabhu and Hari Prabhu did in the past. They were actually in the spiritual. This is revealed. But otherwise, it will not be revealed now. Otherwise, the sanctity and the mood will be destroyed. That's how it works. Like when Bhaktivinoda Thakur time, no one knows he was a seventh Goswami. He's revealed later. That's how, based on my understanding. Somebody can add anything.
Yeah, Naveen Prabhu, I just wanted to add to what you were saying. Because in the Sri Parampara also, Sripad Ramanujacharya is considered an avatar of Balram, right?
Lakshman,
yeah, Balram, that in the Guru Tattva. And even in Madhva Parampara also, we have that kind of thing, like Raghavendra Swami and Vyasa Tirtha are considered to be avatars of Prahlad Maharaj. And when we had one Sripad Rayaru, he is considered to be avatar of Dhruv Maharaj. So like that, we have other paramparas also. We have this kind of avatars. So
even in Nimbarki Sampradaya, Nimbarkacharya, which is the parampara coming from the four Kumaras, Nimbarkacharya is considered the Sudarshan Chakra of Lord Vishnu, and so I would expect that they have some sort of understanding, but it's not like we have to go and Prabhupada speaks about this, that we can't go to a guru and ask, what's our Siddha Deha, our Siddha Swarup, Someone asked Indudivna Maharaj this, that Indudivna Maharaj in his traveling diary of a traveling monk, someone asked, one of his disciples asked, what is my Siddha Swarup? He said, your Siddha Swarup is just to chant Hare Krishna and follow the four regular principles. That's your Siddha Swarup. He said, these are very highly elevated topics, and you're not ready yet. So we have to be in the perfectional stage, or we may commit offenses. We may. This is the whole how the whole thing of the Appa Sampradayas came. They prematurely they wanted to act in a way like the Gauranga Nagaris. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions is that they dress up like males dress up like females, and they they pretend to dance in the Ras Leela. So this is one and the danger is they've been doing it for a long time. It's that if things have been going for a long time, then they just become, oh, my father did it, so it's bona fide, it's been going on for a long time, so they think it's like bona fide, but it's actually not bona fide to do these things. But so that's the danger of these type of things. So
That's true. Yeah, it's a good point. Thank you, Navin Krishna Prabhu. Your point was also very valid. That if it's already revealed, then the relationship and the mood is not build, and so that's why we also hear, sometimes in our present age also there are disciples of Prabhupada as well, like a lot of sannyasis, they also they are named as this sannyasi is this manjari and like that. So what to believe. And
There is only one instance it is revealed by Prabhupada. I never read it, but it is said that Maharaj, like
Jayananda?
No.
Jai Bajrang Swami.
Huh?
Pataka Swami Maharaj.
Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He was associate of Chaitanya.
Gordon John. He said Gordhanjan.
It is only revealed in a conversation, but it's nothing written anywhere.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I can hear. Otherwise, this Siddha Swarup is supposed to be. In the other instance, somebody asked Prabhupada, he said, why don't you go to spiritual world and check it yourself? He said to jovially to others, like, yeah, it's wonderful. Why don't you go and check yourself? He said that. Otherwise, mood will be distracted, and then it will be revealed down the line. Because there is a software engineer in you when you're born. You have entire what you're going to happen is already there, but time will reveal as the time passes. Like when the seed was there, that big tree is in that. You don't know, you don't see it, but eventually you'll see it. But now the tree will not see it, but eventually other people see it. Like when you're born from your mother, like you're a little baby, but now it's 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. What you do after you leave a legacy and go, that's how the history works. That's called iconic Purana, that which happened, that means in the past. Itihas, there's another name, Itihas, that which happened.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Does anybody else have any other discussion, comments? We have 5 minutes left on this Ekadasi day. Does anybody have any comments, questions, discussion, anything you've heard, reflections?
So Hari, with this we finished chapter 3, right?
Yes, we did finish chapter 3.
So when is the quiz? Quiz is next week?
The quiz is next week. Next week
Okay.
we'll have a quiz on chapter 3.
Okay.
And move on to chapter 4. So anybody else have anything else about this class? It was a wonderful class.
So Hare Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Swarup Prabhuji did mention that Srila Prabhupada, when he wrote the books, he did mention that it was not him, but he was just the nimittam, but someone else was writing for him. And I'm not sure if all the cantos of Bhagavatam were completed when Srila Prabhupada was on this earth. And if not, if it was not completed, then it was carried forward. What was the reference that was used to translate or create these books? Do you have any clue?
Actually, when we when all of the kids and us, we like me, Narahari, and Ashna and all them, when we went to Los Angeles, we went to Prabhupada's quarters, and one of the things in Prabhupada's quarters is the actual Bhagavatam that Prabhupada used to translate. And you can see this in Vrindavan also, that she opened it up and she said she was Bengali, so she showed us the Sanskrit of the Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada would translate word to word. And then they had the commentaries of in Bengali, they had the commentaries of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and it was different based on the cantos also, and they had different acharyas, and it's in Bengali. And I think in the 7th canto you hear Prabhupada say, Madhvacharya, Shripad Madhvacharya says like this, and then so this is all coming from one book or multiple books as well. This is what my experience has been that Prabhupada is using, but if anybody else has any other idea.
So Prabhu, I think Janish Prabhu's question is beyond 10th canto, what was used for translation? Is that what Prabhu you are asking? Or?
Well, yeah, that as well. And Hari answered the first question. It was both the items basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Prabhupada after he left. It's an unfinished work. It's done by Hrudayananda Goswami and then Gopipan Prabhu. So the disciples of Prabhupada, they compiled rest of the work.
Prabhu, that beyond the 10th canto did they use primarily Bhakti?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Maharaj?
That's what I was saying. So those disciples completed what Prabhupada left. So now, when they completed, they did not give elaborate purports like Prabhupada did it. Prabhupada, of course, he was Acharya. These devotees was only for short time in Gaudiya Vaishnava, and then they did the best they could do, but they were empowered. Because nothing happens. Somebody has to put a full stop in Bhagavatam. Unless they are empowered, they cannot do it. So these people are empowered. They did the best. But how did Śrimad Bhagavatam, when Prabhupada wrote, it has used the 6 versions. Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Sridhar Swami, Bhakti, Baladev Vidyabhushan, and then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami. So these are the 6 things, as far as I understand. No, Prabhupada referred it, and then he had his purports.
So Prabhupada used basically from the translation or from these 6 acharyas, and then he compiled what we have right now. Is that?
That's only in the purports. He did not change the Sanskrit in the translation.
Right. Yeah,
only in the purports. Yep.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification, Prabhuji.
Yes. Any last minute comments, questions? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for everybody for joining. It was a great discussion. It was a great class. It's a great Ekadasi morning. Hope you have a very auspicious Ekadasi. And next week will be next week's homework. Alec Prabhu, can you check what's the next week's homework?
And Prabhu, Hari, can you try to get the presentation for everybody?
Yes, I'll forward it into the WhatsApp group.
Thank you.
What's next week's homework?
Next week is we will start chapter 4 of first canto, appearance of Sri Narada.
What verses?
Verses are 1 to 13 are grouped together, so not very clearly.
Okay. Well, everybody knows it from now. Canto 1, chapter 4, Canto 1, chapter 4, text 1 through 13. So finish those off by next Saturday before 7:45 a.m. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.